Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. Thanks for clicking through. Inquiring minds would like to know who made the AMA and the World Health Organization the kings of all things medical. Why do we have to lean on what they say? Why are their strategies concerning all things medical the be-all and end-all? Why? Well, the answer to that question is a little complex. I've laid it out for you on my website, drglidden.com. It's free. There's a 5-part series that I put together which outlines the evolution of medicine here in the United States. You need to watch it because, well, knowledge is power, quite frankly. I'll give you the Cliff Notes. It was the Carnegies and the Rockefellers in the early 1900s who boosted the American Medical Association into first place through a legal hostile takeover of the medical market. And they've been in first place ever since. They legislated themselves to first place. They bullied themselves there, and they've maintained their position there with the unbelievable political influence and wealth of the pharmaceutical industry. And the World Health Organization is a misnomer. It's not the World Health Organization. It's the World Pharmaceutical Promotion Disease Management Organization. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with drugs. As a licensed naturopathic doctor with 32 years of clinical experience, by the way, sometimes drugs are exactly what the doctor ordered. This isn't a diatribe against drugs. This is a diatribe against a medical monopoly. We haven't had a free medical market in the world for 108 years. And we have been socialized to believe that the medical doctors in the pharmaceutical industry hold the secret decoder rings to all things medical, and they don't, as is evidenced by the numbers. Now, you know, the numbers have been fiddled with because people who were dying with COVID-19 instead of from COVID-19 are recorded as having died from COVID-19, and that's just not right. But even when you extract and try to drill down into the truth of the matter, lots of people are getting sick and dying while they have been under the care of the medical doctors, the MDs, and the pharmaceutical industry. They're the wrong dog for this hunt, as has been evidenced by the death rates. For goodness sakes, my colleagues and I don't have one patient who's needed to be hospitalized, let alone died from coronavirus. For goodness sakes. This is our wheelhouse. The licensed naturopathic doctors in the United States should have been among the first people called to the table for this pandemic, but we weren't. We weren't consulted. And you know, if it really was the World Health Organization, then you would think that being a world organization, they would have consulted the Ayurvedic medical practitioners, the oldest system of medicine on planet Earth, the traditional Chinese medical practitioners, the acupuncturists, the naturopaths, the homeopaths, the licensed herbalists. You would think that these people all would have been consulted, but they weren't. Because again, it's not the World Health Organization. It's the World Pharmaceutical Support Disease Management Organization. There's a big difference. And again, why do these people get a say over what goes and what doesn't go? It's a good question to ask, isn't it? We have all just accepted it as a fact that these people are the best people at what they do, and well, they might be the best people at what they do, but what they do is one piece of the pie. It's one piece of the medical pie. It's the pharmaceutical centrist, reductionistic, allopathic piece of the pie. And that piece of the pie, by the way, is fantastic for trauma care, childbirth, surgery when it's necessary. But as evidenced by the numbers, it's horrible in viral epidemics. Quite frankly, it's horrible for most chronic disease. It's simply the wrong dog for the hunt. But the unbelievable wealth and political persuasion of the pharmaceutical industry maintains their position at the top even when they fail. And we're seeing this writ large now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big problem. You need to educate yourself about science-based, clinically verified alternatives to this madness. Because when you get sick, you're scared, and then it's too late. You're right down the rabbit hole of conventional medicine. You need to bring yourself up to speed now about alternatives which are science-based and clinically verified, developed and delivered by licensed physicians around the world. And you better do it quickly before I am deplatformed and censored, because you know that's coming again. drglidden.com. Go there immediately. Bookmark it now. Visit my website frequently, which is updated frequently with all kinds of information, the intention of which is to empower you to make your body-mind as healthy as possible. God willing, and the creek don't rise, I'll see you around campus. I am and always will be your steadfast advocate for health, Dr. Peter Glidden. Thanks again for your time.